Nanoengineering is a new science. When scientists work on materials at a nano level, the molecules are 1/1,000th the width of a human hair. Working at such a small scale can fundamentally change the properties and behaviors of almost any material. Just think, 10 years ago, this was impossible. Today, Yolanda Torres is with Dr. David Carroll at Wake Forest Center for Nanotechnology. Dr. Carroll is a pioneer in this new technology.
I understand you and your team are doing exciting work in the field of lighting.
We are, and it is a new product called PureLux. It's a lighting technology that will produce twice as much light as traditional fluorescent bulbs from exactly the same amount of power. This is one of the bulbs here. This is potentially a huge breakthrough since about 30% of all the electricity we produce is used to light our buildings in this country. The material is thin, lightweight, and it's cool to the touch when it's lit. And that also saves us energy that would have been used to cool the building because of the heat generated by the traditional fluorescent bulbs.
Tell us about your work with solar energy.
Well, for solar energy to be practical, we need to find lighter and more efficient ways of making solar collectors. It's important that we be able to construct the panels of low-cost materials that are locally available. We've developed such small, lightweight panels here at Wake Forest that are flexible and made from organic materials. We're also finding ways to weave solar collecting fibers into fabric. So you can imagine a tent made of this material with a battery that could also be woven into the fabric to collect electricity made during the day and provide lighting at night.
What exactly does this mean for the future?
Our ability to re-engineer materials at the molecular level opens almost limitless possibilities for new discoveries and dramatic improvements in efficiencies in the way we do things. The impact of discoveries made today will be as great as the impact of putting a man on the moon in the 60s. The next Edison or Einstein will use nanoengineering to make us energy independent.
What does this mean for our education?
Yolanda, we cannot graduate enough scientists, engineers, and computer scientists. Our young people must also become problem solvers. The coming decades will be exciting times in science.
This is Yolanda Torres reporting from Nanoscience Laboratories at Wake Forest University.